Ken Carson, where he talked about how he was selling, like, I think the official number came out at like 47 or 49K first week. Now, he also landed on Billboard. I actually wanted to figure out, does anybody know where If Looks Could Kill landed on Billboard? Was it like top 10 or? Okay, so it debuted at number 18, it looks like. Well, Ken Carson got number 11, brah. So we got legit proof that Ken is the top artist on the Opium label now. Ridiculous. Now, I've been getting some calls from people in the industry, and they're like, yo, Ken is a GOAT. Ken is a GOAT, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Because he's selling 47K, which is impressive. Like, I'm not going to lie. If you think about it, I think Yeet ended up selling, with his last project, Afterlife, like 52K. Let's check on that too. Yeet Afterlife first week sales. Okay, 54. All right. So technically speaking, that's only like 7K off of what Yeet is. So if we're calling Yeet mainstream, I think we can 100% say Ken Carson is mainstream. I think what he got was 69 million streams in the first week on the Great Chaos album. Plus he got the Kai Cenat stream listening party. Drake posted him on his Instagram story, but I guess that doesn't really mean too much. It's more like a, does the average person know Ken Carson? But I feel like in rap, I feel like mainstream is a bit hard to calculate, because like, is mainstream just as a celebrity the average person knows you? Because I don't know if Ken Carson is like that. However, in the rap game, like, if you listen to hip hop, I feel like you know who Ken Carson is, just because his face is everywhere, and he's selling there, like, he's selling or getting on Billboard. He's number 11, like, of all genres in the first week of his album release. So like, it's outselling. He outsold Trippie Redd right there. He outsold Pierre Bourne. Who else he outsold? He's outselling a lot of people, bro. He technically sold Lucky. Almost got to Yeet's level. He outsold Yachty. Yachty's mainstream, right? I feel like Yachty's like actually mainstream, just because he. But see, that's the difference. There's a difference between how your album performs and like you as a brand. Like, Yachty is just a known person because of, I don't know, it's just his image and likeness, which is different than Ken Carson's songs, if that makes any sense. You're saying you got to be tapped into rap? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's check something. So Rap Caviar, is Ken on there? Tekka is on the cover of Rap Caviar. Did he just drop or something? I feel like that dropped a while ago. But anyway, Drake and J. Cole, so that makes sense. Drake and Yeet. So Yeet 100% is mainstream, I'm pretty sure, just because he had one of the biggest songs. He had the biggest song globally with Drake. So I'd say he's mainstream. And now, that doesn't necessarily mean, because he's a feature, doesn't mean that he himself is, but he's had so many big songs, and like the Minions, TikTok. TikTok is basically like, if you have 5 of those plus, you're mainstream. So Yeet, is there a Ken Carson though? That is the question. Fighting My Demons, what rank was that? 32. Okay. Now, does Rap Caviar mean that he's mainstream though? Because how many songs are on this? Anyway, y'all think he's mainstream or not? No? Damn. Remember when Pierre didn't want to work with Ken because of his ego? Pierre's been proven wrong consistently, yo. If he just stuck to what he was like really, really good at, you could still make music for yourself on the side. But we've already talked about this so many times. If he just continued to progress as a producer, work with Drake, become like the next Metro, but like a more, I don't know, updated version of it. Not Metro's still a GOAT, but I meant like more electronic noises, video game noises, sampling and whatnot. Pierre could have been like Benny X is right now, but he went the artist route. Maybe he's making more money. I don't know. I'm not pocket watching him like that. But yeah, he said Ken Carson was basically ass and didn't want to work with him. And now look at Ken. He's probably punching the air right now, hitting him up in the DMs like, "Yo, bro, let's work." And Ken's not even looking at the DMs. Like, who the fuck is Pierre Bourne at this point? Although I love Pierre, I'm not dissing him at all. But Ken is bigger than Pierre Bourne at this point. Actually, I don't know. Because a lot of people know the Pierre tag as a producer. But I feel like there's a different level of clout for producers and artists. Because like when you know the artist, usually you know their face. Whereas a lot of people just know the, "Hey, yo, Pierre, you trying to come out here?" But they don't know what Pierre Bourne actually looks like. Like my girl knows what the Pierre thing is because of Magnolia, because of Cardi. But she definitely doesn't know who Ken Carson is, other than, like, if I mention her or Ken and say, "This is Playboy Cardi's artist," she'll like kind of remember it over time, but like she doesn't know who he is. Nah, Yeet actually mainstream. He got 25 million monthly listeners. Well, what does Ken have? But we all know that the monthly listeners are just going up, and this is not to like take back any accomplishments he's getting, but it's because of the Drake collab. So I think he surpassed 25 mil today. What is Ken at? Because I think he was at like 6 before the album, or maybe it was less. I don't know. It's at 6.5 now. Let's see, 6.5. But they're mainstream. I'm trying to think. If he only has 6.5 million monthly listeners and he got 69 million streams on his project, that means that he's kind of like Yeet in a way, in that, or at least when Yeet was blowing up, where people are obsessed with him. His fans love his music in a good way, where like they'll stream his music so many times where he might not have like the biggest hit singles that's hitting radio and like everybody knows, but for the fans who do listen to his music, they listen to that shit on repeat. And so he may have lower monthly listeners, but that's how he's still selling almost 50K first week, which is honestly better to have, because that means that they're more dedicated to you, so they're buying tickets to your shows. We've already seen Ken and Lone shows where hella people are in the mosh pits and whatever. But then also, like, when you drop with no promo, you don't need like that huge lead single. Like, I don't even think Ken really had a single. He had "I Need You," but that dropped in Valentine's Day, which was literally 7 months ago, eight months ago maybe. So he could have sold more if his album didn't leak. I mean, I think we ran the numbers before. Like, it probably would only affect it like 3,000. Like, I really doubt it. Because the people who listen to leaks, like, it's really not that big. There's not many people that actually tune into leaks like that, unless it's like mainstream, like some of Cardi's leaks or Juice WRLD's or Lil Uzi Vert or like Kanye. But other than that, they're not really looking for that. Album leaking kind of helped him. Yeah, I was about to say, like, I'm pretty sure Yeet's album leaked before too, and that became like a promotional run for him, in that was like a whole thing. Like, I feel like when people are leaking your songs before you drop, that's low-key a indicator of you're that hot, you're that poppin', that people are willing to try and clout chase off your name or make money off of your name by selling your songs. Like, that's honestly, you should celebrate that you're getting leaks. Like, a lot of newer artists, I bet they're saying, "Yeah, I wish my music was getting leaked," or they think in the back of their head, like, when somebody's leaking their music, they're like, "Damn, like, they really want my music like that." Whereas most people, nobody even cares enough to get your leaked music or your unreleased songs, you know? Now, when you get much bigger, where your music's actually worth a lot, or like, you know, it's gonna be on an album where a label's gonna give you $1 million advance or more, that's when you actually start caring. You're like, yo, stop leaking my music so I can make my bag, yo, or else you'll have no music because I'm gonna go broke.